Chop. Chop. To cut food into small pieces using a knife. Example: she chopped the onions into small cubes before frying them. Slice. 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 To cut food into thin, flat pieces. Example: he carefully sliced the tomatoes for the salad. Dice. 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 To cut food into very small square pieces. Example: dice the carrots before adding them to the stew. Peel. 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 To remove the outer skin of fruit or vegetables. Example: I peeled the potatoes and put them in a bowl of water. Grate. 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 To cut food into very small pieces using a grater. Example: she grated some cheese over the pasta before serving it. Shred. 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 To cut or tear food into long, thin pieces. Example: shred the cooked chicken and mix it with the sauce. Mince. 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 To cut food into very tiny pieces, usually meat or garlic. Example: mince the garlic finely so that it blends well with the dish. Crush. 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 To press something hard so it breaks into pieces or becomes soft. Example: he crushed the garlic cloves using the side of a knife. Squeeze. 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 To press something firmly to get the liquid out. Example: she squeezed fresh orange juice for breakfast. Beat. 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 To mix ingredients quickly and strongly with a spoon or whisk. Example: beat the eggs well before adding them to the flour. Whisk. 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 To mix liquid ingredients quickly with a whisk to make them light and airy. Example: whisk the cream until it forms stiff peaks. Boil. 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 To cook food in hot water at 100 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Example: boil the eggs for exactly 7 minutes for a perfect soft yolk. Simmer. 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 To cook food gently in liquid at a temperature just below boiling. Example: simmer the soup on low heat for 30 minutes. Steam. 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 To cook food using the steam from boiling water. Example: steam the broccoli for 5 minutes to keep it crunchy. Fry. 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 To cook food in a small amount of oil. Example: fry the chicken until it turns golden brown. Deep fry. Deep fry. Deep fry. To cook food in a large amount of hot oil. Example: deep fry the spring rolls for a crispy texture. Stir fry. Stir fry. Stir fry. To cook food quickly in a small amount of oil while stirring constantly. Example: stir fry the vegetables with garlic and soy sauce. Roast. 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 To cook food in an oven or over a fire. Example: roast the turkey for 3 hours at 180 degrees Celsius. Bake. 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 To cook food in the oven without using oil, usually for bread, cakes or pastries. Example: she baked a delicious chocolate cake for the party. Grill. 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 To cook food over an open flame or under a hot grill. Example: grill the fish with some lemon and herbs for extra flavor. Broil. 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 To cook food under direct high heat, usually in an oven. Example: broil the steak for a few minutes to get a charred crust. Toast. 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 To cook bread or food until it becomes golden brown and crispy. Example: he toasted the bread until it was golden and crispy. Sauté. 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 To quickly cook food in a small amount of oil or butter over high heat. Exemple: he sautéed the eggs, meat and tomatoes in a pan for his breakfast. Break. 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 To separate something into smaller parts. Example: break the eggs into a large mixing bowl. Crack. 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 To break something open slightly, especially an egg or a nut. Example: crack the eggs carefully to avoid shell pieces in the batter. Knead. 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 To press and stretch dough with your hands to make it smooth. Example: knead the dough for at least 10 minutes to make it smooth. Roll out. Roll out. Roll out. To flatten dough using a rolling pin. Example: roll out the dough until it is thin and even. Mix. 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 To put different things together to make one mixture. Example: mix the flour, sugar and eggs until you get a smooth batter. Stir. 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 To move a spoon or another tool in a circular motion to mix something. Example, stir the soup gently so that the ingredients blend well. Combine. 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 To mix two or more things together. Example, combine all the ingredients in a large bowl and mix well. Layer. 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 To put things on top of each other in separate layers. Example, layer the pasta, sauce and cheese in a baking dish. Spread. 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 To apply a thin layer of something over a surface. Example, spread butter on the bread before toasting it. Pour. 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 To make liquid flow from one container to another. Example, pour the sauce over the pasta and mix well. Dip. 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 To put something into a liquid for a short time. Example, dip the cookies into the milk for extra flavor. Coat. 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 To cover food with a thin layer of another ingredient. Example, coat the chicken in flour before frying it. Taste. 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 To put food or drink in your mouth to check its flavor. Example, taste the soup and add more salt if needed. Bite. 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 To cut or break food with your teeth. Example, she took a big bite of the juicy burger. Chew. 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 To use your teeth to break food into smaller pieces before swallowing. Example, chew your food slowly to enjoy the flavors. Swallow. 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 To move food or drink from your mouth to your stomach. Example, swallow the soup carefully as it is very hot. Serve. 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 To give food to people or place it on a table for eating. Example, serve the spaghetti with freshly grated cheese on top. Garnish. 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 To decorate a dish with herbs or other small ingredients. Example, garnish the dish with fresh parsley before serving.